Okay, here I have a chunk of maple already rounded up and put into a chuck. I'm going to make a little spin top out of it. I'm going to take my skew chisel, start off by doing some shearing cuts down the end here, just to clean up and work down to a point. Oh, there's a little catch there. It's all right, we'll clean it up. Actually, I'll do a little peel cut right here, get a better surface to start on. Shear cut again, a couple more to work down to getting my point just right. And a little bit too much there material, so we'll peel it away, take it off with the skew, come back with a couple more cuts to make sure we get a nice surface and get all the way down to the point. Okay, now I'm doing some peeling cuts here just to clean up the surface from that catch and sort of set off what might be the length of my stem. Use my skew chisel now to start a little V-cut here to mark out the area where I'm going to work on the back of the top. Switch hands with the skew so get a little easier for me to make the V-cut in here, just wasting away material. Now I'm going to switch over to gouge and come back in and start shaping the top portion of the top. Just try to put a nice gentle curve on it. This can be anything you really want, but I'm going to put a little curve here, work down towards where my stem's going to be. I'm going to come back in on the other side now, start wasting out some material in the area where the stem will come in, and just start working things down. So we'll get down here, keep this material wasted out. Now I'm going to just put a few grooves at the bottom of the on the bottom of the top, just using my skew chisel on the side, just going in, putting a few grooves in. Okay, now we're back with this spindle gouge, wasting way more material where we're going to have our spindle. You can see me just starting to shape things up a little bit here, working the shape of the top back in, making a clean cut down into here where I'm going to have a little transition to put a little decoration between the main body of the top and the stem. Just using my skew chisel to define that area a little bit. Now I'll come back in with the gouge and finish that off. Just a nice little detail between the main body of the top and the stem. Okay, now I'm moving my tool rest in just a little closer so I can get a little more in here easier. Finishing off that little detail. Coming back with my skew to make some peeling cuts again to waste out some more area to where the stem's going to be. Wasting material off the end of this with a gouge here to give myself some room to work. Now I'm going to start removing material, start shaping out, roughing out the area where my stem's going to be. I'm just working from both sides, working down to it. Not too worried about the cut now, just trying to get a basic shape going. Working from both sides, trying to get the curve where I want it. Now I'm coming in with a small round skew Find it a little easier on some of these longer curves to work that. Not really working real easy there on that curve. Going to move my rest back in, get a little closer, starting to get some vibration there. So again, using the small skew chisel, trying to clean up on the stem here a little bit. Alright, switching back to my gouge because that curve there's a bit much for that skew chisel. It's easier to work that curve with the gouge. Again, at this point, just cleaning things up a little, shaping a little better. Coming back in on the other side, doing a peeling cut. That's about where the top of the spindle will be. Start shaping the stem down from the top. Just want a curve that comes in from both sides and kind of meets somewhere in the middle without any flat spots. Okay, now switch to a smaller gouge with a smaller handle on it. It's a very light tool, makes it a little easier for doing this. You'll see me supporting the stem with my finger here to reduce any vibrations. Again, just working on finishing the stem up, cleaning it up, getting some nice cuts on it. Working to make sure that it's a nice curve from both ends meeting somewhere in the middle to give it a nice shape. I'm turning the lathe off, readjusting the rest so I can get to where I need to with this. You can see it's getting a little thin, getting a little movement there. So now I'm going to come in do a quick peel cut with this little skew, define where the top of my stem is going to be. Picking up the small gouge, going to round over the top of the stem now. Just get a nice smooth cut down in there, come in from the other side, waste some stuff out to give myself room to make that nice gentle curve coming in. I'm going to switch back to the small skew chisel, waste some more out so I get some area to work where I can bring it in and start to part the top off of the piece. And there we go, it's parted off. Now I'll switch over to another view. I'm going to lower the camera down. Sorry about it bouncing around. But we'll take this, clean the bed off, and give it a spin. There you go. One completed spin top. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll get better at these. Thanks for watching.